the ball like this. So he's been very, very impressive. But I've liked what I've seen from Tua. And I think Tua has gotten better and better. And they're going to ask Chan Gailey, who's my former position coach when I first got to Denver, will put more and more on his plate. And Chan has always done a great job of developing quarterbacks. And so I think he'll develop Tua. I'm going to say I'm stick with Tua. Like I said, I've been very, very impressed with Justin Herbert. But the throws that I've seen Tua make against Arizona, not the ones that I saw him make the first game, even though they won, and they didn't ask him to do a whole lot, but the throws that I saw him make against Arizona, Skip, on the road, I'm very impressed. I want to see how Herbert handles the pressure that Miami's going to throw at him. Skip, they run a lot of bomb blitzes. They're looking to come get you. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to see how he handles that. But for this week, I'm going to stick with Tua another week.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
Sounds like you were about ready to cash in your chips on old Tua.
I will hold on to Tua because I got a feeling I got a 300-yard game coming this week.
You think so?
Like another 300-yard game.
Well, he's got some backup because that defense just might be the best defense in pro football.
No more scoring defense, right? For sure, yeah.
I still don't trust Tua's health going forward. And the most horrifying comment came from him about 3 days ago when he said, I don't think I'll ever be my old self again. You won't? They just spent the 5th overall pick and bet the ranch on you, bet the near future on you?
Well, he won't be able to run, Skip. Can he throw it? I just want him to be able to throw it like his old self. Can he throw it like his old self?
When he rolled out the other day, he had a little hitch in his get-along. It didn't look right to me. He did have one escape up the middle, which was very impressive.
You saw that?
Yeah, I don't even know how he pulled it off because when he rolled out, it looked different to me. It just didn't look like old Tua, and I don't think he'll ever, with the hip surgery, be quite himself again. So you're going to bank on that long term? Shannon Sharp says, hurt in college, hurt in the pros.
Yeah, you limp into the league, you'd probably limp out of it, too.
Out of it. So he had reportedly 5 surgeries on different body parts, one on each ankle, obviously, one on a finger, had knee scope, and then had this career-threatening hip surgery, broken hip. Man, that's a lot. Yeah. And to me, I'm also shocked by Justin Herbert. So we're looking at 6'6", probably 235-ish, can move, already has 166 rush yards, 5 a pop, and is averaging 307 yards passing, which is 3rd best in the whole league, right out of the box.
17 and 5, 17 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
Okay. The only glitch is they are 1-6. Is that all his fault? No, because they've had a bunch of heartbreaking losses that could cost your close friend a job.
And they shouldn't have. I mean, they had 17-point leads in 3 consecutive games and lost all of them, which is gut-wrenching, and you got to find a way to win close ball games. But, Skip, Justin Herbert has been unbelievable. But I'm going to ride with Tua one more week. I got a feeling he's going to have a big game.
I think it's short. It's going to be a short leash ride here for you.
I've been very impressed. He can spin it.
Because he can spin it, but he has about half the velocity that Justin Herbert has.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm saying Justin Herbert can spin it.
Oh, he can spin it, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Skip, Tua is never going to be, he's going to be more Steve Young, lefty, than Michael Vick.
Yep.
Michael Vick had a laser at a lefty.
Okay, but Steve Young had a much bigger arm to me than
You think
Tua
so?
has. Yep. Much bigger.
I don't know, Skip.
Yeah, I do. Because Tua had some good hang time on some of those
Man,
passes.
go ahead, you a hater. Do they get there? You keep talking about my homeboy had hang time.
They got there at Arizona. I don't know how.
Yeah, I do.
He threw a couple of them where I said, how did that work?
Anticipation.
Really?
Yeah. Like my guy, my homeboy, you talking about he had hang time, but the Tyreek Fair caught it. No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. I'm anticipating that Tua's going to have a rocky road ahead.
What, a Sunday?
Just staying healthy. I think it's going to be hard.
Oh, yeah. That's my number one concern is his ability to stay healthy, yeah. That was a very serious injury.
I've been impressed with both these young guys, but I just got to say, I am a huge Tua fan. But we're sticking with young stars here. Did we get a glimpse of 2 future NBA stars last night? We'll give you the latest next.
No mercy, no mercy, no mercy, and I want down.
Mike Sando of The Athletic revisited his preseason survey of NFL coaches and execs that put every starting quarterback into tiers. Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, and Deshaun Watson all got enough votes to land them in the top tier. Mahomes and Wilson were the only 2 quarterbacks to receive all votes for the top tier. So, Shannon, who do you think belongs in tier 1?
Mahomes, Wilson, and Rodgers. And I don't think anybody else right now is in that. I think they've been the three best quarterbacks basically all season long. And I don't care about no grades or anything like that, but my eye test tells me that these been the three best quarterbacks. And I don't think, now, Skip, Kyler Murray was in that third group, Josh Allen. I think they've done enough to move up. They've shown me something from what I've seen in the first half. Now, we need to see it play out over the course of a season. But right now, Mahomes, Wilson, and Rodgers are the three best quarterbacks in football. I've seen splashes from Drew. We know what Drew represents. And we've seen that, you know, obviously Sunday night was his best game of the entire season. But I don't know. I don't know if Watson is still in that tier one group. I think he's probably taking a step back, and it's not his fault. There've been a lot of turmoil. They got rid of his best wide receiver. They have a lot of issues going on in the Texans, but he's stayed the course. But for me, the tier ones are no-brainers, no doubt. Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, and Aaron Rodgers.
And you're not saying that Kyler is tier one. You said he just moved to tier two.
Yes.
Okay.
He and Josh Allen.
Okay. I will give you the three you have in the first tier, but three more still belong.
Who?
Drew Brees belongs in the first tier. I'm sorry. I think he's the midseason MVP. The harder I look at what he pulled off, wait a second. He didn't have Michael Thomas for 6 games. Mm-hmm. Michael Thomas was the offensive player of the year.
Last year.
He didn't have Emmanuel Sanders for 2 of those games.
Yes.
And wait, he still got New Orleans to 6-2, which sits right now as the #1 seed in the NFC.
Yeah.
So he played Brady twice head-to-head, and he threw 6 touchdown passes to 0 interceptions in those 2 games.
And your guy got 5 and what?
Well, I'm just saying that's what he did to Tom Brady, right?
Well, as long as you don't put the other guy in there, I'm good.
Okay. 74% completion rate leads the NFL from Drew Brees. Okay, I got it. A lot of them are going to Kamara.
You're right.
But the point is, I don't care what your eyes tell you when you watch him because he doesn't seem to have much arm left. It still works.
Yeah.
And it worked at the highest level against a defense on Sunday night that I thought going into the game was the best defense in pro football, and he shredded it.
Yeah, he did.
Maybe with his head as much as his arm.
Right.
Well, it still works. So I'm sorry, when you pull that off, you're the MVP. You have to be in the top tier, right?
Okay.
Okay. You'll give me that one?
I won't fight you on that.
Okay. Deshaun Watson. I'm sorry. I'm not backing off this. Love him. Believe in him. Stuck in a horrible situation with a horrible coach / GM.
Absolutely.
Who gave away his best receiver, one of the best receivers in football, just flat out gave him away to
For a
Kyler
running back
Murray.
that can't stay healthy.
Okay? Deshaun's still top tier to me. If you really look hard at what he's doing this year for a bad football team, he's putting up career passing numbers, but nobody cares because nobody's really even watching what he's doing.
Yeah, they're 2 and 6, I think.
Okay? So he's still tier. If he was tier 1 going in, for my money, he's still tier 1. And then obviously Tom Brady is tier 1.
No, Skip. First of all, he wasn't in tier 1 to begin with.
His body of work is tier 1 work.
No.
Wait a second.
Body of work
Wait a
this year.
second. The highly respected Pro Football Focus says that he has a better rating through his 8 games than, wait a second, than Patrick Mahomes has.
See, there you go.
That's what it is. So you have him #1 overall, Patrick Mahomes, right? He's your MVP.
Yeah.
And Pro Football Focus says body of work, Tom Brady's is better than Patrick Mahomes because Patrick Mahomes has been up and down, down.
But you like Bill Barnwell, right? You know, you like him. You like some of his writing.
Yeah.
You know, well, he got Mahomes, Rodgers, and Russell Wilson as his 3 MVP. He ain't mentioned nothing about the guy that you say should be.
Okay, well, that's one guy at ESPN. This is a group. This is where they have contributors such as
Brad
Chris Collinsworth. Well, he's one of them.
Yeah.
But Chris Collinsworth contributes to it heavily. A lot of people, until this year, Mike McCarthy was a contributor.
I'm contributing to this.
Okay.
I'm contributing.
Well, I'm just saying that their overall grade is better for Brady.
Skip.
He's had too many shaky games, says Patrick Mahomes. He almost lost to Teddy Bridgewater at home this past Sunday.
Almost is not the same as a loss.
Okay.
A turnover-worthy play is not the same. You know what? How about this here? Which do you think Russell Wilson would rather have? A turnover-worthy play at the 1-yard line or that turnover? Because the turnover cost in the game, not the turnover-worthy play. So Tom Brady has fewer turnover-worthy plays, but he has 7 INTs. I'm trying to figure that out.
Well, that was before he threw 3 against.
Even before
the
he threw
Saints.
3, he had 4, and Mahomes had 1. So after that game, he still has 1. Your guy got 7 now.
Well, it's pro.